Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is the OTFB Football Podcast. I'm Dana. This is Lisa. Sonia's coming. She just is running a little behind, and so she'll be here in just a little bit, hopefully. But yeah, welcome. This is going to be an interesting show because I think that here, let's fix us so that we're not quite so little teeny on our football field. It's an interesting time of the year, Lisa. I feel like right now is a crux. It's at a fork in the road, let's say, for some of these teams. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. And we're going to talk about Russ because, oh my God, I can't wait to talk about Russ. I am so excited to talk about Russ because I've been waiting for that Russell Wilson to show up for forever. We're going to talk about fantasy football for a little bit. And then we are also going to talk about teams that I keep calling false starts. There's a couple of teams out there who took off, look like they could be the one, and now I'm starting to question where they are at. There's one really in particular. But Lisa, before we get started with that, of course, we are going to thank our sponsor. Donkey's Place Cheesesteaks has been our sponsor for 5 years. They have 3 locations in Medford, Mount Holly, and Camden, New Jersey. Yes, New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are ever up that direction and you want to stop in, please let them know that the Our Turf Girl sent you. But you can also go to goldbelly.com. You can type in Donkey's Place Cheesesteaks. They pop right up and they will deliver them directly to your home. It's awesome. They're so good and very unique. And I think everyone loves them. So please, you guys, check them out. Follow them on social media. Give them a shout because they are the reason that you can watch this entire podcast without a commercial. So thank you so very much for that. Okay. Lisa, I know you're very frustrated with your team.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot going on. But I wanted to start out talking tonight just a little bit about the news that came out today from the owner of the Jets, which is the opposite of what the Miami Dolphins owner has done, right?
Right.
So, okay. So the Jets owner guy came out today basically saying he loves Aaron Glenn. He thinks he's the coach of the future. He doesn't care that they haven't won a game because he doesn't blame the coach. He blames Justin Fields. And he wasn't coy about it. He wasn't trying to beat around the bush. He just went full force. I want to know from you, Lisa, because we talked about this just a little bit, but I think everyone needs to hear your opinion. When an owner just comes out and is honest like that, is that a good thing for the team or is that a bad thing for a team? What do you think about that?
I think when you talk, as a fan aspect of it, I think the fans love that because it's what everybody's thinking, right? As a player and listening to some of the conversations around the league with some of the players, they don't like it. So the thing is who are you going to appease more? Are you going to the players? I don't think a lot of that time, like they say, that stuff should stay in-house. Obviously, but it's a glare, it's the elephant in the room. Everybody knows Justin's struggling, right? So why hide it? As a fan, you love it. I think as a player, you kind of like, I can see a lot of the players' opinions on it saying that they don't like it. It shows disrespect to Fields. The guy's out there trying everything he can to win, which we get that. I mean, we're not, oblivious to that. But just something's amiss and it's not working. When you look at Aaron Glenn, you brought Fields in, but once again, this is a first-year head coach, so he's got to get used to all these guys. These aren't his guys. These aren't his guys, So I think when you look at the owner aspect, I think the fans like the honesty. I don't think the players do.
Agreed. I think it's fascinating to me that it was almost refreshing. Not fascinating. It was refreshing for me to hear him say, I back my coach. My coach is kick-ass because Aaron Glenn is. And my quarterback sucks and the rest of the team is just a disaster. And I just am like, you know what? Good for you. Because honestly, let's be honest, that part of that's on him. Part of that is on the GM. It made me think he was almost taking responsibility for it. So I like that a lot. Look at everyone. Sonia's here.
Hi
guys. Sonia. Very excited to have you. How was your weekend?
Weekend was great. I'm glad to be here. I had a fun weekend.
Awesome. Good. I know that you were busy girl, but all right. So let's go ahead and get started with our topics tonight. I had told the gals I wanted to talk about a couple of teams that truly were false starting. And what I mean is that they were giving us like this glimpse of how great they were going to be and how wrong we all were about them. Not so much, maybe. Like now we're hitting week 7. We have, actually going into week 8. So now we got some question marks. And the first one I think is going to be the most obvious to everyone is the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars started off very hot, beat a couple of very good teams, are now sitting at 4-3, having lost to a couple of NFC Westers, which we're going to talk about the NFC West later. But they have so they're at 4-3, so a winning percentage of 57%. But here's the interesting thing: their net points is -9.
What?
So when they lose big, and when they win by this much, right? Everyone was talking that the Jags had finally figured out Travis Hunter was going to be so fabulous, and now I feel like we are starting to see the limitations of sunshine. We're starting to see where Lawrence maybe is not the king of the quarterbacks, is not going to save this team, and that there are still some glaring omissions. Sonia, what do you think about the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Sunshine isn't going to be able to take him to the promised land. No, and he's good, but he needs to be a little bit better, and I don't think he's got it in him. I think he's had plenty of time. I mean, he's got Travis Hunter. He's got a new coach, there's energy there, but he's not the one, I don't think.
Right. I agree. It just seems weird. We really, or Lisa, you really liked Trevor Lawrence when he came out.
Him. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, and
we kind of blamed his lack of production on the rest of the team around him, but now you have to kind of start to wonder, I think.
Well, he doesn't have any excuses now. I think that's the thing. I mean, they've gotten Travis Hunter. They're getting players around him. You got a new coach. Yeah, you got a new system. And you look at the situation and you take it with a grain of salt. Like, I think he's on his, 5th or 6th offensive coordinator. He's, coach after coach, which you got to get to him. But, I mean, at some time you're going to have to step up. You're going to have to take control. And I just don't, some games, like you said, it's when they win, they're on. But when they're off, they're off. And a lot of times they're their biggest enemies, undisciplined penalties, getting behind on first downs. So, it's not all on him. But at some point you got to step up and be a leader and kind of show some things consistently. I think that has always been our biggest concern with him. He just isn't consistent. One game he plays great. You kind of expect it to roll over, and it doesn't. It doesn't. He's just not consistent. I don't think you're consistent. You got to be consistent. You have to be consistently good, at least to get your team in a position in December to get yourself in the playoffs. And he's just not consistent enough.
I agree completely. It's very interesting to me. I find that I don't know. I find when you talk about Jacksonville, it's like, there's nothing fully there. There's nothing fully consistent there. I completely agree. Another team that I have question marks about, I might get roasted for this a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Because technically right now they're number 1 in the NFC. But talk to me about the Green Bay Packers. They're 4-1 because they've had a bye week, technically only 1 loss. That puts them at the top of the NFC. I watched them play a couple games. They are, let me see what their point differential is. So sorry, let me do that really quick. The Packers, well, their net points is 33, so much better. But then the Bears are sitting there at 4-2 at -3 net points. Both of those teams are very questionable to me for the same reason. Green Bay, I think we all expected them to be so good. I just don't know if I trust that entire team. Sonia, what do you think about Green Bay?
I trust the Packers a little bit more than I do the Bears.
Actually, this much more. I do too. Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, I trust them more than the Bears. But I think the Packers are streaky, but they're good streaky. Like, I think they have, I mean, Jordan Love is great. He is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
He is more on than he is off. And I think that he's been able to do some things. This team is energized. They got their wide receiver out of Texas. So I think that they're a very good team. And they're more streaky in a good way. Like, their bad stuff isn't really like highlighted too much. So I think that Packers are a pretty decent team. I'm not too concerned about them.
I'm not concerned. I just don't know that they're going to stay the top of the NFC. The Bears for sure seem to have much more inconsistencies, because that's really what we're talking about at this point, right? So I definitely would trust the Packers over the Bears, but I just don't know that they are going to stay atop the NFC when you have the Lions, you have the Rams, you have the entire NFC West at 5-2, except for one team. And then you have the Eagles, and you have all these other teams. I just don't see Green Bay starting up there. But the Bears, I like that they're starting to figure it out, but when they're bad, they're bad. Woo! When they're good, they're good. So I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of interesting. I think really, though, what this proves more than anything, just so we can keep on time, is that you have to be careful those first 2 weeks. Lisa, what do we always say?
Yep. You don't know a team until 7 games. And it's getting that way with the Packers too, because it's it's put up or shut up time. The Packers are set up, to me, like a baseball team. If you can get the lead, let Micah Parsons bring it home. They're setting up. Yeah. I mean, he took control of that game. And if you can hold the lead into the fourth quarter, go to the bullpen, let your defensive guy bring it home for you. So that's if they can get out in the head, stay ahead, get ahead in the fourth quarter, that defense is going to shut other people down. So they're going to be there. They're going to be up there at the top.
I think they'll be in the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to be sitting at the top. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, let's look at our comments. First, we have CP's like, Sunshine is $1 million talent with a 10-cent processor. I love that one.
Comments have been a little wonky tonight, and I love it.
I love it too. And then we have Big Red in here who says, I would rather I'd rather someone be consistently average than inconsistently good. I think you're right. I kind of.
But you know who you're seeing that with right now?
Who's that?
I'm gonna answer her question. Daniel Jones. That's who you're seeing it with right now.
Lisa, I'm gonna have Lisa do a whole segment on quarterbacks that change teams and kill it next week. I swear to God, I'm so excited to talk about this. It's gonna be so good. All right, then we have Steven. Can we see the Jags turn it around, but find a way to take the ball out of their quarterback's hands? So you'd have to play high-power defense and run the ball. I mean, it's true. It's not even that I'm trying to be disrespectful to Sunshine. It's just, he's just too inconsistent. I'm not. They're all talking about how Trevor Lawrence was picking his nose on the sidelines. We're not gonna add that for sure. So, all right. So Sue's like, can't wait to talk about the boogers. No, we're not going to talk about
the boogers. God. Did she? Well, it's either boogers or snot rockets, right? I mean, how many times have we seen the snot rockets? Good God.
So good. So good. All right. Oh, it's disgusting. Okay. So we're not going to talk about it. So, all right. So next, along the same vein, I thought it would be good to talk about, we have a bit of a log jam, let's say, with teams sitting at 5-2 in the NFC. Now, there is a couple in the AFC too. I'm not ignoring the AFC. We talk about the AFC a lot on this show. So I want to talk about the NFC a little bit. So we have the Eagles sitting at 5-2. We have the Bucks sitting at 5-2. You have then the entire NFC West. So except for the Cardinals, the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Rams, all sitting at 5-2. Here's the interesting thing I find out. So once again, we're going to go back to the net points. The Eagles, 5 net points, which means they're squeaking these out, right? And then you have the Buccaneers, -1, right? Then we have the 49ers have net points of 7, and then the Seahawks, 57. The Rams, 58. So I think that that's going to come into play much further down the road. But let me talk to you guys about the NFC. The interesting thing, the AFC has kind of been the king of the world for the last few seasons because of the Chiefs, because of the Bills, because of these really good teams that have been in the AFC and the Ravens. There have been just all of these really good teams. And the NFC was kind of shuffling around, right? It seems to be this year when you're looking And I'm not discounting the Chiefs. I'm going to get so much hate. Listen, I'm not discounting the Chiefs, right? We're just talking about NFC right now. God forbid. So when you talk about the NFC, you look at it, that's a lot of teams with identical records who are all going to be fighting for the top. I think when you have a team sitting at 5-2, it shows that you don't have the one super dominant, right? Like we are used to seeing the Chiefs having being undefeated at this point, which they're not this year. But when you look at the NFC, it's going to be a dogfight. I forgot. Let me see. Where are your Lions sitting at? Oh, your Lions are 5-2. I'm so sorry. I missed it. Yep, because the Packers were ahead of them at 4-1. Yep. So the Lions are 5-2. Oh my God. So look at these teams: the Eagles, the Lions, the Bucks, the Seahawks, the Niners, the Rams. Those are all going to be really good teams throughout the season. Knock on wood that there's no more injuries, right? So when we talk about these teams and you look at the way that these teams are playing, what do you guys expect? Are you surprised by any of these teams being so good? Are you surprised there's such a long jab at the top? Sonia, what do you make of this, being your Lions are also in this mix?
I think it's kind of going to be a log jam at the top. Not super surprised by the Lions. At first I was, after the first game, I was a little bit down in the dumps, not even gonna lie, but they have since proven me wrong. Yeah. And I think that they are well deserving of their 5-2. And I think they are in it to win it. The Eagles, I'm not sure about them. They honestly, out of all of the 5-2 teams, they make me the most nervous. I know they've had wonderful luck in the past and have done really great and look really great, but I don't know, something about this year just seems a little off with them. So, they're bringing back Brandon Graham. I mean, okay.
I love Brandon Graham, but that was so random.
It's like, was somebody bored?
I'm coming out of retirement. I got my rest. I feel good.
Exactly. I'm fine. So, I mean, that might help some, not going to lie, but I feel like they're the most likely to kind of fall apart. The NFC West, somebody just asked the question if three teams. Yeah, Steven. I could see all three of them making the playoffs, to be quite honest. San Francisco is doing it despite all the odds, right? Like they've had everybody injured and they're still winning and the guys are starting to come back healthy. So yeah, I mean, it could still be pretty good. This is going to be good, I think, coming down to the end.
Well, I think it will be too. Go ahead, Lise.
I think too is, remember our week 18 games. Our week 18 games compared to last year, everybody loved them so much because they're divisional games. This week 18, we have the Seahawks and the 49ers. That could be either for a spot,
for the division.
home field advantage.
Could be for the division.
The one that's got the schedule that I think is a little bit favorite is your Detroit Lions, because they play the Bears. So I think we'll kind of see by week 18 what kind of team the Bears are and where they are. But then we got the Commanders and the Eagles. The Saints and the Falcons, we'll see with that. But the Packers are at the Vikings. And the Cowboys and the Giants.
Depending on how the Giants do the rest of the year, that could be an interesting game.
Right. So, I mean, you're going to have, and the Bucks have the Panthers. I mean, so I think there's still going to be a lot
who are on their way up too. Yeah,
exactly. So I think we're going to go. I personally feel like we're going to go to week 18 in some of the seedings and home field. I think week 18 is going to be. I think there'll be playoff implications on the line for a couple of the teams. And I think seeding is going to be the biggest thing going into week 18, because I think the Seahawks are going to be right there. That Seahawks 49ers game right now is turning. It looks like that's going to be circle that one on the the because that's probably going to be
it's going to be so stressful. I won't be able to watch it. You know how I get too stressed out. I have to walk away.
And I'm already bringing to week 18.
No. All right. So Big Red did say, I'm telling y'all, Carolina is going to sneak into the playoffs. Their running game is going to carry the load till Young is cleared to play at 100%. They've won the last three. I think they're looking very good. Big Red, I totally don't disagree with you there. And then Sue agrees that the Eagles certainly do not look as good this year. And then CP says the NFC West is like the NFC North last season. I totally agree with that. So interesting. Darcy then tells us, Oh, by the way, congratulations, Darcy. I'm very excited for your baseball team. All right, which my Seahawks people do not want to hear, but I'm happy for you. Anyway, can see 3 teams from the NFC West making it. Can easily see a couple 10-win teams missing the NFC with how deep it is. I totally agree. And then he also said the Rams are the only one of the 5-2 teams with a poor conference record out of those. 0-2 versus the NFC, which includes 0-1 against the division. And it's going to come down to that. Remember last year, the Seahawks and the Rams, it came down to the 5th tiebreaker for who made it into the playoffs. So that could get that sticky this year, depending on how things go.
I think it's going to.
So the current playoff, the current seedings right now, like I said, we have Rando Packers at the top. I get it. And I love Micah Parsons too. Defense wins championships. Anyway, okay. So Packers sitting in first place or in the first seed. In second is the Niners. Third is the Eagles. Fourth is the Bucks. The 5th is the Lions. 6th is the Seahawks. And the 7th is the Rams. On the AFC side, just to be fair, we have the Colts sitting at 6-1. Who would have ever?
They just haven't played anybody. They haven't played anybody. That's my biggest thing. Have you seen them? Who did they win? Who did they beat?
Everybody.
Dolphins, Titans. They got the Titans again. They've got the easiest schedule in the NFL.
No, San Francisco does. San Francisco has the easiest schedule in the NFL.
Yeah, but you got to win those games, right?
Yeah, but I'm not on the bandwagon yet. You got to beat some teams.
They beat the Chargers. And the Chargers are, 4-3, but still.
The Chargers are
Oh, we will talk about the AFC at one point. So we have the Colts sitting in the first seed, then the Patriots, Broncos at 3rd seed, Steelers. That's another question mark for me. And 4th, Bills in 5th seed, then the Chargers, then the Jags. I think the AFC is going to shake up seriously before the end of the season. The NFC, I think the same teams are going to kind of go like this a little bit, and of course that is everything shiny on paper as long as there's not more injuries. We always keep that. Right. What is this? Steven says, thank you, Lisa, but you have to play who's on your schedule. Exactly. And that is very true.
Exactly.
Dude, come on. You beat the Dolphins. You beat the Titans. Come on. Come at me when you beat somebody like the Rams.
We're not talking about them if they lose. We're not.
I don't disagree.
I'm not buying them yet. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I got to look. I want to see what their net points. Guess. Net points
20, 70,
92.
Jesus, they haven't. Come on.
See, now you're about to make me cheer for the Colts.
The Colts thing is we always talked about it. Jonathan Taylor is the biggest factor. If you can run the ball, that opens up everything. When you can run the ball, that opens up everything. They have not played a team yet that can stop the run. When they play a team that can stop the run, you're going to see them lose.
We need another Lisa rant, Steven says. Here's the thing. I love it. And we're going to move right into our fantasy football conversation because
speaking of Jonathan
Taylor gets me more points every single week.
Oh my God.
Than my quarterback does. Usually more than my quarterback.
That's because you got the wrong quarterback. If you chose quarterback first, you could have more
really?
points.
I have Patrick Mahomes, Lisa.
Well, Patrick's coming on now. He's coming on.
No, it's good. He's been good too. But it's just I'm in 3 leagues.
Jesus.
Can I brag for just a second?
I'm
7-0 in 2 of them. And I'm 5-2 in the other one.
Well, you're up there.
Baker Mayfield. I have Baker Mayfield. I have Jonathan Taylor. I have JSN. Huge Jackson Smith and Jigba. I have all of these great. I nailed it this year. I nailed it this year.
So because I'm not playing
anyway. All right, so let's talk about now. Kate had brought this up. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it tonight, but she had brought up that it's about that time when those bye weeks where you're panicking. Mm-hmm. Who's doing the best in fantasy for players? Who can you replace them with? Who what's going on? Sonia, did you want to take this one?
Sure.
You have it pulled up. If not, I have it pulled up.
I was about to say I have it pulled up.
Okay, awesome.
So yeah,
Kate was nice enough to do all the research for us.
She was. We love her. Thank you. Anyways, so yeah, looking at quarterbacks. Yeah, you got Mahomes, you got Jalen,
of course you
got Drake.
Who'd have thought that, right? That's a great buy quarterback because not many people picked him up. So a lot of people have him on the bench. So that'd be a great buy quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't play, so I'm just going to sit back.
And then, of course, Dak Prescott, we usually like to keep him close by. I usually like to he's a good bye week quarterback too. I don't really
on to him a little bit.
On him too much because he's too iffy. So I like to kind of keep him in the stash. So there's that. But then you got Danny Jones, Danny Dimes.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
And then, Lamar isn't the Lamar, obviously, that we thought, but
he's broken.
He's broken. You might want to put him
he could have put him on the bench for the playoff run.
There you go. Exactly. And then Josh Allen, he's my quarterback and done pretty well. So, I mean, I'll take him.
Hold on.
Right, I'll take him.
Hold on. Lisa, is your dog snoring?
Is she? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Andy.
Leave that dog alone. Let her snore.
Baby.
That was the funniest thing. I'm like, what is that? That's a dog snoring if I've ever heard her.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I was about to say, meanwhile, my dog was up at 3 a.m. doing Zoomies. Anyways,
another jeez.
That's because you got Jack Russell.
He's not a Jack Russell.
He's got Jack Russell in him.
All right. We're not talking about dogs, talking about football. Okay.
Sorry. Anyways, okay. And then we move on to running backs. You have C-Mac, who honestly, actually, I'm not going to jinx anything.
Who is C-Mac? Who's C-Mac? Who?
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, C-Mac.
What? C-Mac. Anyways, I'm not going to say anything, but you know what I'm saying. So just maybe get back up.
Right.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor. Woo. I am so thrilled with him coming back. Coming back, but he's had a great year, always doing well, doing it. And then I'm super excited because the Falcons figured out how to use Bijan Robinson.
Yes.
And he's racking up a ton of points. So another good one to have. And then Sonic. Good old Sonic, Jahmyr Gibbs. Just
I posted that picture on my Twitter account where he did Spider-Man and then St. Brown went over the top of his Superman. That was the most amazing pic. If you guys have not seen that picture, first of all, those uniforms, fire. Oh my God, they're gorgeous. But that picture it's on my Twitter. Amazing. Like it is the coolest picture I've seen. Sorry, don't mean to interrupt you. Oh my God. No, so good.
Literally the best picture. I love that. I love the little celebration. And then, Lisa, here's another good one. Devon Arcane.
He's
right. He's
about the only player on the team that's playing.
I know, but he's a good one to have for you
for fantasy football.
Yes, random other people to have. Derrick Henry, always. You got to look at your matchups, though. Always got to look at your matchups, and he's been kind of iffy anyways. And then James Cook, but James Cook's injured, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's the Bills running back, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
Bills?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he got injured a couple weeks ago. So there's that. And then moving on to wide receivers, who I always like to –
I'll do that research for y'all.
Oh, thank you. My little trick is to kind of pair your quarterback and your wide receiver, make sure they're kind of like on the same team, because sometimes that really helps you. Just FYI. But JSN number one. Woo woo. And then Jamar Chase, he's got him a little quarterback. He's doing all right this year, or he's doing all right.
Joe Flacco decided to go play.
Now, granted, this is Joe Flacco, so don't get too attached.
Right.
So things could go another way. But for now, looking pretty good. Okay, Cookie's not injured. Is that the case? Thank you, Sarah.
No, he's not. No, they took him off. They took him off the field. They couldn't. They had no running game against the Falcons, so they benched him.
Okay.
So
very good.
Yep.
And then number 3, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Love it.
I was about to say, but he should still be in, like, he shouldn't be available. He should hopefully be.
None of these guys will probably be available.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then George Pickens, he's definitely not available either.
I have 3 of those.
Jettis is always a backup, and Mr. Lamb, CeeDee Lamb, if you got him. If you can get him.
I held on to him. So when he was injured, they were talking about putting him on IR. Like there was like a little question mark about that. I just stunk him on my bench because I'm like, I don't feel like, and then they're like, no, we're going to see week to week. I'm like, nope, I'm held on to him. Thank God I did 20 points this last week. Thank you, CeeDee.
Right?
Came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, it was good.
That's what I'm talking about. And then one of my faves is tight ends. Everybody's darling is not who they thought he was going to be, Mr. Kelsey. So it's kind of down
old people.
He's old. But I think he's like a good backup, maybe. Like I definitely would have him as your number one. But if you need somebody in the bye, I think that's a pretty good one to have. And then Jake Ferguson is actually having a pretty decent season.
They didn't have anyone else to throw to.
Right, literally. Trey McBride of the Cardinals, Tyler Warren from the Colts picking up, and then Dallas Goedert. That's my dude. I like him a lot, a lot. And then, like I said, Travis Kelce, Brock Bowers is doing okay.
George Hill, he should be back after the bye week. Brock Bowers, he's been out for quite a while, but they expect him back. The Raiders are on a bye this week. They expect him back next week. So if someone dumped him because he was injured, go pick him up.
Or if he's just because he's on the Raiders.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. But then he was injured. Pick him up. He is going to be, they need him. So
yeah, exactly. George Kittle is coming back. So I think
he's back. He was back. He played.
Or he's back. Yeah.
Yeah. And got 0 points.
But still.
I made me so happy.
He's getting reacclimated. Leave him alone.
Oh, sure. Okay.
You still had to pay attention to him, though. You still had to pay attention to him on the field.
Yes. And then some good people to pick up off the waiver wire. If you haven't already picked up Jackson Dart.
Do it.
Go get him.
Yeah. Don't pick up their kicker though, because he got waived today because he doesn't know how to do his one jab.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't know how to do his one jab. Kickers, I don't really. I just kind of pick and choose.
6 one, half dozen of the other. Right.
Yeah, one job. Yeah, one damn job.
Exactly. Some other ones: Xavier Legette, Troy Franklin, Juwan Johnson, some other gets out there. So
definitely.
There's some good people out there. Good players.
All right. So let me go through some of these comments here. Let's see. Big Red. Poor Big Red. I told y'all I wasn't good at fantasy. Went from number 1 in the league to next to last. Got to figure out something quick. You know what?
Well, you got to get rid of Spencer Rattler. That's what you got to do.
Well, he did say keep him on the bench. That's up here too. I did say. Go ahead. Keep him on the bench.
You know what? That's okay. We'll learn. It's okay. It's learning.
Got to learn. That's the whole point of our league, right? All right. So then Big Red also said, if you have Rico Dowdle, you're in good spot. That's true. I think that they're going to lean on him a lot. Poor Sue then says, whatever running back's going up against the Bills, grab him.
Dolphins too. If you got Lamar on the bench, he's playing. His game's going to be back against the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football.
That is so
Put him in, baby. Put him in.
Kristen says, JSN is the best. Technically, yes, he is number 1 in the league, 816 yards, and it's not even week 8. I'm just letting you know. So good. And then Steven said, let's go, Joe Skinny. That's so funny. All right, let's see. Anyone picking a wide receiver of the Bills is doomed. Sue is not happy with her team, but Sue says she does not play fantasy football. Lisa, you stopped playing fantasy football a couple of years ago. I still absolutely love it. And I will tell you.
I will now. Now I got good internet.
She wants back in next year is what she's saying. Because I'm going to win.
I got good internet.
The Hour Turf
I couldn't even change my teams. It was ridiculous.
So we have, you guys, we have the OG Hour Turf League. It's all women. It's all of us that have worked this when we worked for NFL Female, when we worked, together. It's all of this. And Lisa quit playing a few years ago. But every year she's like, I'm going to win. And then she quit playing. And so now it's like, Lisa's back. All right. Okay, can we talk about it now? Because I'm dying.
Go ahead.
I know we're a little
dang Russell Wilson.
We're a little over. Okay, so I'm going to preface all of this with I hate Sean Payton. I hate everything that Sean Payton stands for. Hate everything about him. I think he's just a horrible human, right?
So does Russell Wilson.
I know.
As he should.
So, Sean Payton, after the Giants game, made kind of a sketchy little comment about how Jackson Dart was so good and blah, blah, blah. And he had been telling them to make that switch forever ago. He had a couple little digs at Russell Wilson. We know that they left on not good terms. We know that he was not the head coach that brought Russell in on that huge contract. And he did not like Russell Wilson prior to that, even though Russell Wilson wanted to play for Sean Payton. It was so strange. That obviously went sour very quickly. They paid him $250 million to go play somewhere else. Off he went. And then, Russell, his age is catching up to him. We know he's not been the greatest quarterback, but still a nice human. Then today, Russell Wilson, nice he is. He's the best. So Russell Wilson tweets this. Classless, but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media. A bunch of laughing emojis. Let's ride. Oh my God, you guys, the comments are freaking hysterical. The best one was like, you have to be a bleeping terrible human to make Russell Wilson leave his church. Like he was Jesus. It was so funny. It made me so happy because this is why. Listen, there's a lot of Seahawks fans who don't like Russell because of the way he left Seattle. I don't like quarterbacks in general, but I think Russell Wilson is a very good person. Yes, his football is failing him. He's getting older, but he is one of those players where you never have to worry about him being a jackass off the field. Right. And so I have a lot of respect for Russell Wilson, and he bites his tongue on a lot of stuff. And I'm like, I wonder if Russell Wilson just decided to retire because now he's going to let it all fly. Players were reacting. Jamal Adams is like laughing. Comments were like, it's about time somebody took Sean Payton to task. Like, yes. I loved it. It made me so happy. So, ladies, are we going to see a whole new Russell Wilson? Please. How awesome would that be? Sonia, what do you think?
I don't know we're going to see a whole new Russell Wilson, but I think he just
I think he opened that door. Open the door.
He went for it. He went because he knows, right? He knows.
Huh?
He knows.
He knows. I mean, he knows. But you can only take so much for so long. There was no reason for Sean Payton to do what he did and say what he said. And so, Russ is over it. And he's like, looky here, I'm done. Yes, I might be Christian, but I'm going to cuss you out.
And the thing of it is, it was so unnecessary. Like, why did Sean Payton have to mention him at all? He could have just said, yeah, Jackson Dart has been great. We have liked him from the get.
And I think he took it your way. I think you're exactly right. The way you just said that is the way Russell took that. You didn't have to throw that dig in there that I told them.
No, you didn't.
You could have come at me because I told you day one, you take a quarterback in the first round. That's some bitch better start on the first day, right? So, hey, Russ, throw me on the bus. I'm telling you right now, he should have started from day one. That's just me.
But that's an opinion. That was nothing about Russell Wilson.
But I'm just saying.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Sean Payton is a classless human. He can't do it. Could you imagine Mike Tomlin doing something like that? No, he would never say anything bad about, right? It's just who Payton is, and I can't freaking stand him. Kristen says she's still a Russ fan. I am too. I'm still a Russ fan. I can't wait for him. They're going to put his number up in the rafters. I promise you like that.
No,
I promise you he will in Seattle. Steven says, I need the backstory on why you don't like quarterbacks, Dana. I'll give you the short version.
I can tell you why.
Too much credit for what they do.
They should get the credit, buddy. They're the soul of the team.
Don't start with me.
They're the soul of the team. I'm a prime example of that right now. I have a soulless quarterback. Look what's happening to my team. Look at the Bills with Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Look at all the Baker Mayfield. Look at those hard quarterbacks.
Don't you have the same record as the Ravens right now?
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying about quarterback-wise. You're still winning. You still got respect.
They do. CP says Russell 2.0 is going to be a shock jock. Oh my God. It would just make me so happy. I mean,
I don't think he's that out there.
I don't think so either. Yeah. Kristen says Russ will be a commentator soon. He'll be tactful, but let him have it. I don't know about that. I keep wondering if he's going to go into team management. It just seems so good for him. I don't know. I like this one too. Russell, the Punisher Wilson. battling in the comment section. I love that one too. And then this one says Russ released the Kraken. So fun.
He knew because he knows. I mean, he knows there's going to be backlash, good and bad. I mean, he already knew it. He like you said, you're right. He knew.
And then this is a really good point from Steven. Russ is in New York City. New York City vibe can bring that out in anyone. Wearing that New York Yankees hat and those Tims, the hand and those Tims and baggy jeans. NYC has changed Russ by now. You know what? They say that a lot about New York City, that especially you get because the media is so strong there. They get them. So anyway, all right. And we're going to end with this. Lisa likes a quarterback as long as they are this tall to ride the coaster.
Dude. I am getting so much hate right now, but you know what? It's funny. It's great because all the people that used to hate on me about Tua, when I said I am done, and I am not, everybody knows it. All the media people know it. Omar, all of them, Joe said they all give me a hard time, and they're like, even Chris Perkins, he starts laughing. I want a 6'2", 6'4" quarterback. I'm done. I don't want no 5'7". I don't know why. I don't want. Oh, he's 6 foot. Bullshit. He's not 6 foot. I see eye to eye to him.
This is like the 4th week in a row we've heard this rant out of you, Lisa.
I'm done. I'm just done with short quarterbacks. I'm done.
I love it. No, that was awesome. All right, you guys. Well, we definitely went over on our time, and I am sorry for that. But we always do every week. So maybe I should stop saying that because I don't know. Oh, look, Lisa. Bob agrees with you.
Thank you, Bob. Bob's my boy. Me and Bob
gets it.
Me and Bob gets it. Bob gets it.
Big Red, you and your kids must be getting to you.
6, 7. All right. All right, everybody. That is our show for this week. We will be back next Tuesday, same time, same place. Make sure that if you would please, we would love it if you guys would give us a little like and subscribe pretty much down on if you're on the YouTube channel, give us the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. And next week, for sure, I'm giving you this assignment, Lisa. I want you to look at these quarterbacks who have switched a couple of teams and have become so much better. Baker, Sam.
Oh shit, I'm ready now. Let's go now.
We don't have time now.
I don't need to do research.
We're doing it next week. We're gonna do it next week. Oh god. I gotta put this up here. I got it. Hold on. Where is it? Where'd it go? There it is. Maybe Brock Osweiler's still available.
Hey, right now, I'll take him. I don't care. Bring him out of retirement. I'll take him. As long as he can run 2 yards, I'm good.
All right, everyone. We will see you next Tuesday. Have a good night. Goodbye.